Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining. Gonna give it a minute for everybody to hop on, and then we'll get going. Just gonna go ahead and put it on here that I am live over here for this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and tweet out to my Discord, and then we'll get going. I hope everybody's having fun today and enjoying trading. Man, I'm trying like so hard to be so responsible today. That's my goal. I'm like, all right, no FOMOing today, and no over trading and trying to get into cash. But I don't want to sell too early either. That's the problem. Like I know these positions are going to ride further. It's just, do I want to do it yet or what? Um, and let's send the message. Turn this off of the Discord thingy and let's get going, guys. All right, so let's just hop over to Spy real quick because that's the thing to look at. So just posted a little bit of a post over here. Somebody's gonna go ahead and link me something with the Trump stuff. So we'll go ahead and basically what I said on the. I should just find the tweet. Uh-oh, I gotta find my Pepe's on Twitter. Alright, so what I wrote was this. So black is if we're just gonna ramp up on Trump and just gonna go nuts. Red is kind of what I'm expecting if we end up closing strong, and blue is really what I'm expecting. So that's what I thought a little bit earlier. So the big thing was the 20 SMA that I stressed on there. We never really closed underneath the 20 SMA after breaking out. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a support test. Yes, I'm on the 5 minute chart, but I know what I'm doing, so it's not that big of a deal. So we're just gonna see, can we break through the red zone? Can we keep going? How are things gonna react once Trump gets on? So we'll know in 30 minutes how everything's gonna be. We can go over some order flow as well, see how things are looking over there. Definitely gonna do that one. I'm looking over here. Oh, look, this just came through. This is beautiful. It's 39 EFA puts. I've been looking for like something decent. The 320 ones were too short for me. But the oh, dude, that's great. That just came through like 15 minutes ago. Okay. Oh, two open interest. Dude, guys, this is like my favorite one so far I've seen. It's still as pricey as Fixie, and we'll go ahead and show you. Oh, look, there's more coming through. What's this? 301. Okay, let me show you this EFA chart over here. So this is what I was showing you guys. So initially we were trading if EFA all year, even the year prior to that, within this range, this whole nonsense that it's doing, and even topped out over here and swept over here. So cool. We were gonna aim short. The short target was over here. It aimed, but we just dumped all sorts of levels. I wasn't expecting a level break over here on the weeklies at all. I wasn't expecting a level break over here. Maybe a level tap, worst case scenario, which I thought this would recover. But at this point, we've just broken so many levels. We're like barely holding on over here. So I'm expecting this to go much lower. So to see order flow come through at like 39, what is this? Well, that's the one I like. It was the 39 one. Where is the EFA? Yeah, 39 targets is down here. So these guys are aiming way lower on this stuff. So very interesting to see. Just keep an eye on Spy. Hope it doesn't double top out over here. I didn't like the reaction over here. What I initially had wanted over here was I wanted this to blow through and attack up here. But we didn't get that reaction. We got a slow, delayed reaction, which makes sense because this was already a pop at 230. So it either moves right away at 230 within the next 5 minutes, or this doesn't move at all. So right now something's happening, but it wasn't the reaction I wanted. So the biggest thing was still the 20 SMA. We're gonna see if we can close over. Things are flattening out, so we can. Yeah, we're just gonna wait. Just gotta keep an eye on it because I have trades active, so gotta be a little careful. All right, so right now SLV calls coming through for 630 for. This is nice. They're cheap. Oof. Where'd they go? Oh, those are earlier. Hold on. Where are my? Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. Spy puts still coming through. So the ones that I was looking at earlier were fixie ones. Those are the ones I've been trying to get some. Look at this. The order flow for today is fully bearish. There's a couple of hedges on over here for Friday for calls, just in case we do pump through, which is possible. They're cheap enough to expect some sort of a bounce, but majority of these things are puts. They're a little pricey at this point, so it's really risky. The problem with these, the 320 ones, are they're expecting Friday. So I would never in my life play something Friday, especially when this week there's a possibility we can bump and Trump's trying so hard for us to bump. Yo, Doji, what's up, man? Yo, Bite, don't worry about me, and Nicer, man. Thank you guys all for joining my stream tonight. And and I better go say hi to Periscope. Um, yo, what's up, Periscope? Thank you everybody for joining. Let me see. Okay, so what else do we got? Yeah, so let me open this up. So EEM is one of the ones that I'm looking for. So here's a monthly chart on EEM. Typically, we would have bounced over here if we were going to, and if we're not going to now, this is the level to look at, is the 28 level. Um, I had these puts on here. I think I talked about them earlier. I closed these suckers out at $4, and I got them in at 38 cents, which was an amazing trade. Don't get me wrong, but if I would have just held on a little long, and like the worst part was, if I would have just held on, they're like at $8 today, and what? So my expiration date was like May or June. So if this would have tanked more down to here, those things could have been over double digits. Now the big deal about that is because like look, so these things up here were typically trading around a couple dollars, $5, $6 max, depending on what you get. So OTM puts, if you would have gotten something wild and outrageous down here for like low targets, like down over here, within a short amount of time, or even a long amount of time, they probably would have been about anywhere between 10 to 15 cents, maybe even cheaper. These options are priced down right now around the price if anybody got them around here, like $35, $30, and I frequently trade this one, and that's what makes me so mad because like I was looking through all these and I was this is when I was trading it up here and I'm like, which one do I want to trade? I'm like, well, this already broke all the levels. I'm like, we're gonna pick EEM. EEM did great. It's just if I would have done BRZU, this was way more of a drop and the options went up way more. So big regrets every time I look at this chart, but I don't want to let that discourage me because that's what happens to me is I get discouraged because I missed it, and then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna look at the chart, but I need to keep looking at the chart because I can spot a reversal on it easy now that it's dumped aggressively. So that's that one. Do you guys have any tickers to have me to check on? I can do that first. My main objective right now is focusing on SPY and waiting for that meeting to come on with you guys, and we'll see how the market reacts on that, and if we can find a couple things. If we want to look for puts, I mean, obviously now is sort of the time to look. I'm looking for more puts around this area. That's my ideal thing. If I can get it, that would be amazing. But I don't know. We'll see what happens over here. This diagonal looks like it might break. Then we're gonna be back at the 20 SMA. So shit's not looking too good. I was thinking about playing a bounce on GDX, which I'm another one that's mad about because I closed this one out earlier. I was like, yeah, we're gonna take profit on these calls. They're still riding. So I might have to FOMO back into these. These weren't that bad. Um, I tweeted about these. You guys will have to look through my tweets. Just playing a little bit of volatility, just because of the fact that if I look at gold on the weekly time frames, well, that looks pretty ugly. But it's not that bad. This weekly, if we can close this weekly probably over 1540, let's say that. If we can close this weekly over 1540, I would say that was a nice little bottom for gold. We even hit the block down here, filled up for everybody who wanted gold cheaper and missed out on this run up. Um, so, I mean, so the probability in my head of it going down even another level is very unlikely, just because I just don't see that happening. That's crazy. That would be crazy talk. Now, if we really close underneath the 20 SMA and we open up another weekly and it closes poorly and we get another low down here, then yeah, I'd be a little bit nervous uh, at that point. But this would be like the worst case scenario would be 1400 gold and then we rocket back up. Um, to see or think gold is going to come back to 1300 or even like 1200, that's a little nuts. That would mean it's going to wipe out this whole entire run. Like I can even give you like a hopium line over here. So still, it consists of over here. I don't see this line falling out and breaking. There's too many important things over here for it to fall out and break under. Now, I was in around in 2008, so who knows what the market did. But people did say it go bad. It went bad for them when it came to gold. So we'll see what the reaction is with this. Let's see what's chat saying. Okay. Um, let's start with I bought back 320 puts. Yeah, 320 puts. 32 strike a week ago for 30 cents, and happily sold them for 55 cents. And now they're $10 each. Oh God! Um, I mean, hey man, dude, that's the thing. Like, you took profit, so that's really good. That's the biggest part. But I know that feel. We can check Starbucks. Yeah, that's one I wanted to hold for a longer time because the biggest thing's like, oh, look at this. This is just wrecked. Starbucks is back into this giant consolidation from 2015, so we're just gonna go ahead and draw this as a block at this point. So Starbucks could go a little bit lower, maybe down to $50. Now I would say like worst case scenario would be a blessing would be $40. But if we switch up to the monthly for Starbucks, that's a long way to go if you think Starbucks is going to be coming back to 2008 prices. I mean, even over here, the price did tank, but we're already starting to tank. So that's what I'm saying. Like $40 makes sense, but I don't think it's going to be like, yeah, I think that's about it. $40 would be the max. Worst pain. I guess this chart, this diagonal says otherwise. It says that like $30 and $28 would be max pain. All right, well, here. This makes sense then. So here's another line you could focus at if you wanted to get even worst case scenario, like this is the end of the world and it's gonna crash or ruin. So there's a little bit of it's a big of a range, but anywhere between $20 and $40 I would say is a big buy for me. Yeah, Starbucks was just below this all-time high, but we had a shitty winter. We had this whole nonsense come through, so kind of sucks. Kron. Yeah, let's check Kron. Before we do that, we can check and see if there's any Kron options. Nobody's buying Kron options because it's wrecked. Um, what gap was I talking about? There's a gap below. Hold on. Well, yeah, I mean, dude, this looks good. Probably could look for a bearish retest, but this green candle looks good enough to see if you can probably find something. Maybe you give it another day and see if it can pump up a little bit further. But yeah, man, like there's nothing exciting about weed stocks right now, absolutely at all. And when I go to the weekly, we just had this bend last week, so like about 30 days ago. So I would say least target would be at least $2.65. You could aim for $3, but anywhere down there, dude, that could totally work. Yeah, that's a problem. If they're liquid, you'll be stuck in the situation I am with Marvel. Like Marvel, it took me 2 months to get liquid in today. Like they're finally liquid today for me to be able to play them. But yeah, man, that's my opinion on Kron. What else you guys got? GLD. I mean, I did puts on it and I did nice on them, but yeah, that's GLD is doing that situation that I don't want, where it's underneath the 20 SMA, and it's not like it's underneath the 20 SMA like this. It's underneath the 20 SMA pretty badly. So, little nervous here about GLD because I do have long-term calls. But my gold friends keep telling me it's okay. But I'm not really listening to them because I'm still doing puts on it. So we have gold puts and calls, but I want to play some volatility on this one, which is the main reason I'm still playing some calls on it. So we'll look for a little bit more of a pump and then we'll decide to short it. Of course, it's all dependent on SPY and what we do with this. Where we at right here? Looking at the hourly real quick. This is 15 minutes left to recover the hourly with any kind of close underneath 24/7. I would say this is over. Yep, this looks like shit. Oh man, this is done. This isn't holding on the 20 SMA in my opinion. Let's watch it break live. Like, Oh man, 15 minutes. Watch them delay this pump down to here to 15 minutes, and then Trump's gonna come on, and there's gonna be some nonsense candles. Yeah, that's if he comes on time. It's kind of funny that it's coming on at 3:30, and he was late last time. It would be some fucked up shit if he was late, and then he got on 3:50, 10 minutes before. That means everybody would be fucked. Robinhood doesn't function the last 5 minutes. Like, I haven't had one single day where I've had to execute an emergency trade within the last 2 minutes that it's worked. TD Ameritrade's fine. I'm just we're dealing with TD Ameritrade. I fucked up on that and I forgot a security question like a dumbass because I had just created the account. So, but yeah, that's gonna be so fucked up if that happens. What else you guys got? Shorting one of the gaming stocks like Penn, CRZ, MGM. Yeah. Let me show you something. I would check out the weights on this. Oh shit, dude. Oh my god. This was an ETF that was introduced. That was a prime ETF. I had a spot bag. It did really good, and I sold out over here. I was like 15% on the spot. I'm like, let's get out. It did run a lot more, but dude, this one got wrecked completely from listing price. So as far as I'm concerned, this is on price discovery. So we can go through real quick and just check the weightings on this one, just to satisfy people, and just to show you guys. Koifin, I was recommend this one if you guys are trading ETFs and you guys want to get more of a breakdown, or if you just want to look at market data in a different way or different aspect. This totally helps depending on how you trade or if you're looking for something. I can give an example. Let me just see if it comes up over here. It should. Yep. Holdings. So it'll tell you all the holdings for it. That's the weights. Nevada, NBDA, Nevada, whatever it is, Activision. Never heard of Nest's incoming ads, but it's there. Yeah, so like that's what I would do over here. I would just look up see how this is doing. And that looks completely destroyed. Nevada puts time. This is def going to be going down to over here. This is great because that's underneath the 20 SMA. We got a 20 SMA bend on that end. I don't think tech stocks are doing too hot right now. And we got a curve over here. We have so many things right off first glance. Trend break, so many bad news bears things. There's like a slight, yeah. I mean, yeah. This is not going anywhere. Let's see what order flow says to back up my opinion. It's the short. Look at this guy. This guy. Oh man, they're expensive though. That's why I don't play this. There's only one sweep for 4-3, and it's $15 per contract. Yeah, we're not gonna do that one. But just an example. ATVI is another one we can look at, which was really staying up nicely, but this bad boy's done. It had a gap fill up here. We talked about this several times on stream. There was really no need for it to go further and fill this little tiny gap up here. We had a major gap over here. We played every single move on this one. We, as in just me, but maybe my friends did. But yeah, I mean, it broke down nicely over here. We're having another bearish retest with this whole entire box and gap fill, and we are under beneath this trend line. So this is like 120% going to be dumping down to here. Like, this is almost guaranteed for me. Is like, this is going down. It's just a matter of can I find option plays? Why didn't I buy this morning? What's wrong with me? That's about the only thing that comes to mind here. Lots of volume coming down over here, but Activision definitely has ways to go. What's going on, Spy? Still holding on that 20 SMA. Super strong. Just really trying that red line close. Like, geez, please, just break. Well, if it's breaking, I better start looking for stuff to buy. This is the bad thing. This is what I did last time on stream. I got distracted because I was streaming and I didn't make any trades. But this is dumping. This is going down. Just dump it. We'll come back to it once it's lower. Look, see ATVI. Oh man. I wish I had. Oh, I can't spell. Hold on. Is there no ATVI flow? That's a scam. So that always shocks me too whenever I'm looking up order flow and nothing comes up. I'm like, wait, you guys hiding the order flow from last week? for ATVI. Not a single bit of order flow picked up for ATVI. How about we go further back? How how much are they hiding this? Oh man. Okay. They all got wrecked if they didn't exit. I'll tell you that much. Unless these were all exits that they were doing back at the beginning of March. It looks more like exit. Dang. ATVI is really interesting why it's like that. I don't know if anybody trades ATVI options. If you guys can give me an idea of how liquid they are, if they're actually priced or what's going on with them, if you guys can check them out and let me know. I'm just really curious because there's nothing popping up underneath order flow. At least there would be something, and I went all the way back to the beginning of the month. I don't want to go further back because we're about to be priced out. Let me scroll this chat. Can we sacrifice some in here? Yeah, we can sacrifice some in here. Disney, yes, we can take a look at Disney. Sorry, I'm like scrolling through the chat and chatting at the same time. Disney is wrecked, man. Like, this is so bad for Disney. The reason it's bad for Disney is because Disney had this consolidation period it had for the longest time. And everybody was like, oh man, Disney, yeah, it broke out. Like, oh, it's going through the moon. And, dude, this moon mission was canceled so fast. Like, all the astronauts are dead. There's nobody left on this moon mission. It's like hanging on by a thread on this bottom box. Like, this is totally destroyed. At this point, you have. I don't even know. Like, Diz just got destroyed, and I don't even want to start drawing boxes and numbers because the only two that come into mind just off first glance would be something like this, or maybe where that blue middle line is. Like those are the only like range I could even think of if we break. But yeah, Disney's going to be discounted, guys. So that's a big company that owns everything in the whole world and will continue to buy out things. But check this. Big discounts. Big discounts for everybody. You get a discount, I get a discount. Everybody gets a discount. Now, $44. That would be a real discount. That'd be a 2010 discount. So, this is discount season. So, alt season is over with stocks. Yeah, so Diz, wait on that one. I wanted to play the gap fill on Diz, but doesn't look any kind of strong right now, especially with them closing all their things. E-Trade frozen. Yeah, I have E-Trade. It does freeze. What else we got? Parks closed, production halted. Yep. What is everybody over here saying? Dude, this guy, man. Dude, this guy like comments like fucking smart ass shit on my stuff all the time. You know what happens to you people? You get blocked because you're fucking weird. Jesus Christ. He like doesn't follow me and just occasionally comments like dumbass shit. Oh man, annoying people. Alright, so what else we got? Let's look at some retailers and see how they're doing. Amazon, I get some free stock soon, so I gotta make sure this does not dump until after I get it. Yes. Alright. Alright, so Amazon's monthly does kind of look bad. Do I think it's gonna keep going? Probably. I would say 1500 is probably fair for Amazon. I don't think it'll go underneath 1500. Maybe worst case, okay, 15 to 1450 would be my max thing for it. Yeah. I just know that they're not like a shitty company, so I don't see them really going too far down. So I got to be careful on the targets on this one. But I would love lower Amazon on this one. These are another ones that options are too expensive, but they move great if you can find them nice and cheap. So Starbucks we checked, Chewy. Um, it's like they heard that dogs get corona, so they were like no. But then they found out they don't get corona, so now it's like we're gonna try to reverse and try to break out of this resistance we have. So Chewy is actually trying its hardest. It came back over the levels. It got a little discount. I don't think Chewy is a shitty company. It's a good place to order dog food. I've ordered it plenty of times. It's comparable to Amazon as far as the dog food goes, and it's just for animals, so I don't see anything wrong with it. GME. Dude, Reggie, my man, he is holding it strong. He knew that Dime had a bag. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy this company out for Dime, and we're gonna keep this on support." So very proud of GameStop holding through all this mess. But GameStop was already getting wrecked prior to this. But there's hope. Pizza. My God. Oh my God. So, oh my goodness. This is destroyed, guys. There is supposed to be a bounce over here, but there's no bounce. Nobody wants Papa John's at all, whatsoever. So, right off the bat, we're looking at Papa John's and we're seeing this over here. This doesn't look like. Wait, we gotta make this bigger. This does not look like it's gonna hold, and that's really bad for Papa John's because I can't find anywhere to draw anything over here. I could draw something over here, so to think Papa John's would go down to 28, who knows? But we've already tanked how much? 30%. I mean, I guess we could do more. Yeah, let's fuck it. Let's go for 60% for Papa John's. That rising wedge was the most profitable rising wedge in my life, even though I didn't even play it anywhere close to that. Once again, another play I could have retired off of, but closed out over here. I was like, yeah, target reached. All right, spy. See what I mean? It just keeps trying. Where is the 20 SMA? It's trying. We have the meeting coming up in 5 minutes. 1 minute PA over here. If somebody could link that to me or I told somebody to DM it to me on Twitter. If you can DM me that link, I can go ahead and put it up so we can all check it out. Yo, I want to say, I want to shout out Chunky just because he called out gold at the top, and I was kind of pissed that he did that because I was like, no, my bags, I need this to pump. But I also was smart and I grabbed puts, and those puts have been paying out nicely. And that smartass guy who said that thing about my 30% in one day. No, you fucking dumbass. I made 112% in one day. So no, 30%. I don't even take profit at 30% in my options. I take option profit at 40, 60, and 90. Or never because I'm retarded. And sometimes I like holding my profit really long. Like one of the GDX calls, that's the one I posted earlier this morning. The one that hit like 2,500. I had bought some really OTM ones, and I didn't end up cashing out at 2,500. I think I cashed out at like 1,500. But it was still really cool for it to go up that high, and Robinhood not letting me sell my thing. Which at this point, I'm not even gonna get mad at them if they did that. All right, are we doing this? Is he sent link? Bit confidant, my man.
Steps to protect each other and to ensure that the virus doesn't spread.
Yo,
These
can you guys,
guidelines are very specific,
can you
they're
guys
very detailed.
hear?
They will only work if every American takes this together to heart and responds as one nation and one people to stop the spread of this virus.
Nah, bro.
Thank you.
Oh, they're signaling them. They're like 3:30. No.
Thank you very much, Dr.
He got
Burks.
3 minutes.
So just to connect with what I mentioned.
Alright, we don't care what they're saying right now, but we will keep this on the side over here for other purposes. Alright. So once we see the guy in yellow pop up over here, then we'll get to business. So right now, doesn't look like price action is doing too much. If you want me to give an opinion, I mean, I didn't know the meeting was going to happen today, so I would honestly think this is bearish up here that we've already tapped up there twice. Definitely going to be closing out red. Do I think we're going to be coming all the way down to over here? It's too late for it to think it's going to be coming down here. It's definitely not. So we're going to be forming some sort of whatever these inside days are. I'm still getting hang of those things, but yeah, it's definitely not going to be getting down here. Unless whatever he says is horrible and futures start tanking more, because lately futures have been just nuts, just tanking and tanking. So yeah, let's just wait and see what happens here. Let me just check some order flow too, see if there's anything interesting coming through here. Big things I'm focused. Okay, so something I want to mention about the way I play the options lately. I'm not buying ones typically that are like a week or two out. Like I'm trying to avoid those things. Unless I'm getting in them super early, I really don't want to play weeklies. Like something like this. I don't want to play next week plays like this. I'm more so looking for dates right now. Still at the end of May and the beginning of June are my main time periods. Unless I'm picking a longer term play, those are my time periods that I'm looking at. Maybe even pushing it out to July, but that's the plan right now. Is a couple months out. I don't want to be looking up anything for April. If I am looking for April, it would end up being calls in my head. That's what my head's saying is look for calls in April, um, or at least up to mid-April. So that's what I'm thinking over there. And these back calls, man, they keep coming through with Bank of America calls, and I've been noticing these guys do this for almost a week now. Every level that bank drops, they scoop it. The yearlies too. And I'm trying to be just like those guys with my yearly for Ford. Yeah, I would say they're gonna run it down to about this block over here, and then we'll get going. What are you guys saying? J Blue, yeah, we can check it. EEM short-term calls. J Blue. Hmm. J Blue. Short-term hedge with a put with long-term calls with a Friday pop and a block entry with summertime. Look at that. June, man. Ah, I'm so good. All right, let me look at J Blue chart. Yeah, it's great when things. Oh, oh, dude, they're bailing him out, aren't we? What's is Trump on? Oh, he's on. All right, lads. What's he
And
saying?
I speak to Deborah, I speak to a lot of them, get the opinion. So it seems to me that if
Can
we
you
do a
guys hear
really
him?
good job, we'll not only hold the death down to a
Check out
level
Pierre's
that
latest
is
tweet.
much
I
lower
would love
than
to.
the other way, had we not done a good job. But people are talking about July, August, something like that. So it could be right in that period of time where I say it washes through. Other people don't like that term, but where it washes through.
So is this the new normal until the height of the summer?
We'll see what happens,
Oh.
but they think August, could be July, could be longer
August
than
could
that.
be
But I've asked that
July.
question many, many times, yes.
Being said, Mr. President, Americans today and looking forward are living with so much anxiety and so
Yeah.
much fear facing
gonna go
uncertainty
down.
right now. I'm curious, how are you talking to your own family about this? How are you talking to your youngest son? Do you empathize with this sense of anxiety? People are really scared.
Yeah. No, I think they are very scared. I think they see that we're doing a very professional job. We've been working with the governors and frankly, the mayors.
Let me
local
tell you, that
government
is
at
not
every level.
consoling anybody. I mean,
We
there
have
might
FEMA
be.
totally involved. FEMA's been, usually we see FEMA for the hurricanes and the tornadoes. Now we have FEMA involved in this. They've been doing a fantastic job locally, working with people that they know because they work,
Lads.
like as an example, in California,
This isn't looking
in
too good.
the state of Washington. They work with them a lot on other things, and they're very familiar, so they're working on
You
it.
remember how I said that it might not come down
What
to
you can
here?
do, and all you can do is professional, totally competent. We have the best people in the world. We have really the greatest experts in the world. And
Yeah.
someday
It
soon,
actually might
hopefully
just
it'll
come-
end and we'll be
Someday,
back to where it
hopefully.
was.
Oh,
But this
God.
came up, it came up so suddenly. Look, you were surprised. We were all surprised. We heard about it. We heard about reports from China that something was happening, and all of a sudden, we did make a good decision. We closed our borders to China very quickly, very rapidly. That was a otherwise we'd be in a
I don't want
very,
them all
as
across
Tony
my
has
screen.
said numerous times, we'd be in a very bad position, much worse than we would be right now. You look at what's happening in other countries. Italy's having a very hard time. But I
Your
think
family?
that what we do, and I've spoken actually with my son. He says, "How bad is this?" It's bad. It's bad. But we're going
He's
to
not.
we're going to be hopefully a best case, not a worst case, and that's what we're working for. Yes.
Maybe you can clear up some confusion on two key fronts. One is about your own test. The other is about containment efforts.
Looks
Is
like
the
I'm not getting
administration
any puts.
considering more aggressive
Unless I FOMO, of
containment
course.
Options, like a quarantine, a national curfew, restricting
Well, we have that
domestic
very
air
much.
travel?
Yeah, we have that very much, and we've been pretty aggressive. We were early with Europe, but we were very, very early with China and other places, and fortunately we were. And as far as containment here,
All right,
we are.
market
We're coming
stopped
out
right
with strong
now.
suggestions, and it's becoming
We'll see.
a little bit automatic. You look at people; they're not doing certain things. For instance, they're obviously not. I wouldn't say the restaurant business is booming, and bars and grills and all.
no.
People are self-containing to a large extent. We look forward to the day when we can get back to normal.
To be
Go ahead,
specific,
what's your second question?
are you considering instituting a nationwide lockdown, a nationwide quarantine? The NSC
Here's the
knocked that
question.
down, but there's still some questions about how it all came
At this
to be.
point, not nationwide, but well, there are some some places in our nation that are not very affected at all. But
Oh, no.
we may look
Oh,
at
wait,
certain
not
areas,
affected,
certain
okay.
hotspots as they call them. We'll be looking at that, but at this moment, no, we're not.
The second question is, you said you had
I didn't know we
your
had
coronavirus test Friday night. The White House doctor's office put out a statement around midnight Friday saying that no test was indicated. So when exactly was your test
This
administered?
guy's-
Well, I
see,
had
this is
my
guy's the
test.
plunge
It was
protection.
late Friday night,
The-
and the reason
the
I did it
plunge
was
team.
because I had no symptoms whatsoever. So the doctor said, "You have no symptoms, so we don't see any reason." But when I did the press conference on Friday, everybody was
Not
going
sick.
crazy. Did you do the test? Did you do the test? So very late on Friday night, I did the test, and he may have put out, or the doctor may have put out something at I don't know what time the letter went out. Maybe it was put out by somebody else, but the results came back, I believe, the following day, and
Not much.
we tested negative.
But the question is, how could the White House doctor's office say a test wasn't indicated, implying that you hadn't had one when in fact you had?
Well,
the test?
I told them that, and I went totally by what they said, the doctors, more than one. They said you don't have any of the symptoms. They checked what
Who
you're
has
supposed to
earnings?
check, and
Oh,
that I
dude,
didn't
that's
have
a good
symptoms.
question.
But I
Let
did
me double
a
check.
test late on Friday night, and it came back probably 24 hours later or something. They sent it to the labs, came back later. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, you had a teleconference with the nation's governors today.
Yeah.
And in that teleconference, you told them that they
Oh,
need
these
things like
earnings are
respirators or
wrecked.
masks to try to get it
Oh,
on their
God.
boat. What did you mean by
Whatever
that? And what will
Baxter
the-
They
is,
can
that
get
looks
them
like the
faster
best
by
Bears
getting them
retest
on
I
their
see.
own. In other words, go through a
So,
supply chain
I don't
that
care
they
what
may
their
have,
earnings
'cause
is,
the
they're
governors,
going
during
down.
normal
Thanks.
times, the governors buy a lot of things, not necessarily through federal government. If they're able to get ventilators, respirators, if they're
Lee's
able to
wrecked.
get certain things without having to go through the
DBI
longer
destroyed.
process of federal government, we have stockpiles now, and we're ordering tremendous numbers
Wow.
of ventilators,
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking in
respirators,
the backs,
masks,
seeing what I see here.
and they're ordered, and they're coming, and we have quite a few at this point. I think, Mike, we have a lot.
He
But if they can,
we have
if they
a quite
can get
few
them
coming, but
directly,
we
it's
have a
always gonna
lot.
be faster if they can get them directly if they need them.
Drop a number, sir,
And I've
please.
given them authorization to order directly. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, one of the big weaknesses in our healthcare system is surge capacity for medical facilities, and I wanted
This
to
is the only
ask,
time I've actually watched
what
through this stuff
precautions,
is with
what-
you
what
guys.
planning is
Normally
being
I don't
done,
watch this shit. I just
to,
I'm like, all right, well,
get
let's see what
China
Price does.
was able to build
Yeah, look at this back
hospitals
over
in a
here,
matter of
Baxter.
days.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
have to check
prepared
the
use
options on
Corps of
this one, but
Engineers or FEMA to start building
I don't know what
surge
this is,
capacity
but
that we may need in a
this is
couple of weeks?
Well, first of all, we hope we don't get there, and that's what we're doing, and that's why we're taking a very strict look at this. But we also are looking at areas,
Horrible.
and not only looking, we're
So
expanding
horrible.
certain areas. We're taking over buildings
I
that
mean,
aren't
this
used. We're
is the
doing a lot
easiest
in
put in
that
the world
regard.
for me.
We
Alright, I'm
hope
gonna
we
be
don't
looking
have
at
to
some
get there,
OTM shit,
but
like
we are
all
doing
the
a
way
lot
down
in
over
that
here.
regard.
And I'm gonna buy myself some time from here.
Could you clarify something? These guidelines say.
I don't know if
stay
it's gonna be
home.
liquid. If it's not liquid,
Yesterday, the
obviously I'm
Vice
not gonna do
President
it. But
said no one
if it
should worry
is,
about losing a
this
paycheck
is
if they
health,
stay home when
technology,
they're
and
sick.
medical
But the House
specialties.
bill
Wow.
exempts companies of 500 employees or more from the paid sick leave
Yeah.
requirement, and that's 54% of the American workplace. Why is it a good idea to only require small businesses to provide paid sick
Well, we're
leave?
looking at that, and we may be expanding that. We are looking at that. We
add
want
to
fairness, we want it for
companies?
everybody. No, we're looking at that through the Senate, because as you know, the Senate is now digesting that bill.
And to add
So we
big
may very
companies?
well be adding something on that, okay? Good question.
Two questions here, Mr. President. One, going off of what he was asking, how many ventilators and how many ICU beds do we have right now?
We're gonna give it
and we're looking
5
at?
more minutes.
I could get back to you with
And
that
then,
number. We've ordered a lot, We have quite a few, but it may
We'll
not
wrap
be
it up.
enough, and if it's not enough, we
Yo,
will
what's her,
have
what's
it by
her
the time
job?
we need it.
I need to know her
Hopefully, we
job.
won't need
And what
that.
is she doing?
Give us the exact number,
Yeah, we'll be
because
able
so
to give
far
you.
they have not given us an exact
Well, we'll
number.
give you. We can
I don't
give you
know
a
these
number. If it's
people.
important, we'll give you a number. Go ahead.
And yesterday
Her
you
facial
said
reaction's
that this
great.
was under tremendous
Her
control. Do you
resting
want
bitch
to
face
revisit
the
that
whole
statement if
street.
we are going
Hasn't
to
made a single emotion.
experiencing this until
That's how I like
July
my
or
women.
August,
No
5 more
emotions.
months ahead of
Yeah,
Brexit?
Zero.
When
right
I'm
now?
talking about control, I'm saying we
Nikki
are doing
B.
a very good job within the confines of what we're dealing with. We're doing a very good job. There's been a
Oh my
tremendous
goodness!
amount of
What the fuck?
the way they're working
You
together.
guys won't
They're
even be
working
able to
hand
buy
in
new
hand.
chickens
I
at
think
this
they're
rate.
doing really a great job.
Yo.
And from that standpoint, that's what I was referring to. Yes,
It's not
Steve, go
under,
ahead.
you're not saying it's under control, right?
I'm not referring to it, meaning the.
What?
Yeah, if you're talking about the virus, no, that's not under control for any place in the world. I think I
You
read.
said it's not
I
under
think
control.
I read. No, I didn't. I was
What's
talking
gonna
about
happen?
what we're doing is under control, but I'm not talking about the virus. Yes, please.
Virus is not under control, guys.
Today.
So
Is the US
that's
economy
the
heading
words
into
I
a
needed to
recession?
hear on this speech, and now we're gonna go ahead and look for puts. Rest of it, if you guys want to watch, I guess I'll post a link down in the YouTube or my Twitch so you guys can watch it. But yeah, that's all I needed to hurry here that it's not contained, and we have 20 minutes to go. We'll give 5 minutes to see what order flow came through over here. Spy calls for $300 for 88 cents. Spy calls. Forward puts though. These puts still coming through. 320 though. Um, Spy calls. Apple puts. Ooh, Apple puts. Expensive but nice timing over here. $31. Um, a lot of stuff still just. Yeah, I mean you're getting some call bets coming through. You're seeing it slow down. So I wonder what other questions that come through over here. Looks like we're on the support right now. So if we can manage to pop over here, I think it's probably going to end up doing something like this then. Into close would probably make the most sense. If things just get worse, I think we'll go down to here. And that means we closed over here. And that leaves us at more risk to close worse lower. So that's not good at all. That's really bad. So going off of what I wrote earlier, which was this. Let's see what we did here. We got a 5 minute. Yeah, it looks like we're just kind of are going down this way on this horrible path. So how far did we get to there? Oh man, right over to there. Dude, I'm fucking good. So look at these 5 minute candles. Possible reversal over here. We'll see if it flips. He must be saying some stuff, so I don't know. Yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, DM me. If you guys want to talk about some trades, DM me, whatever it is. My DMs are open. That's like probably the best place to reach me at. I was just having conversation with a couple people this morning about random tickers and stuff. So play the last 19 minutes safe, and I will catch you guys at 6 p.m. later. All right, thank you guys. See ya.